Welcome to We Don't Have Cookies with your host, Jason Marshall.
Hey everybody, thanks for downloading the show. Been gone for a couple of weeks. It's a mix of being busy, scheduling issues with guests, and just plain old bad luck. But I didn't want to be gone long, and I did say that things will be back on track starting on my birthday episode. So here is a belated birthday episode. Things should be back to normal next week, though. Fingers crossed. I will have more time on my hands now. I'll talk more about that later on the show. Listener turned contributor to the show, John the Songman, will be on today, as well as comedian Karen Rontowski. But first, let's kick things off with a song by the Arrogant Worms.
Once a year we celebrate with stupid hats and plastic plates. The fact that you were able to make another trip around the sun. And the whole clan gathers round and gifts and laughter do abound. And we let out a joyful sound and sing that stupid song. Happy birthday, now you're 1 year older. Happy birthday, your life still isn't over. Happy birthday, you did not accomplish much, but you didn't die this year, I guess that's good enough.
So let's drink to your fading health and hope you don't remind yourself your chance of finding fame and wealth decrease with every year. Does it feel like you're doing laps and eating food and taking naps and hoping that someday perhaps your life will hold some cheer? Happy birthday! What have you done that matters? Happy birthday! You're starting to get fatter. Happy birthday! It's downhill from now on. Try not to remind yourself your best years are all gone.
If cryogenics were all free, then you could live like Walt Disney and live for all eternity inside a block of ice. But instead your time is set, this is the only life you get. And though it hasn't ended yet, sometimes you wish it might.
Happy birthday!
You wish you had more money.
Happy birthday!
Your life's so sad it's funny.
Happy birthday!
How much more can you take? But your friends are hungry, so just cut the stupid cake.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday, dear Phil Stanley.
Joining me now is one of my favorite guests. You've heard her on here before. She's a comedian. She's a paranormal investigator. She's a tarot card reader. And she's my friend, Karen Rontowski. How you doing?
Is my connection okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good, because I'm in Illinois. I'm in way upstate Illinois, and the internet is a new thing here.
They just got it, huh?
Yes, phone calls and stuff are really good. So happy birthday.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's been weird.
It's been weird. What's going on?
Oh my gosh. Just a little bit of everything, and I don't know how to even describe it. I'll probably get into that a little later in the show. But
Okay.
I wanted to ask you, have you had any strange birthdays like this?
I did. I had a birthday where I invited all my friends over for my 50th birthday. And as a gift, they all hired a numerologist to give me a reading. And when I told her I was born 8/17/65, she said, one thing I can tell you is you're going to be celebrating this birthday again next year because you're not 50, you're 49. So I had invited all my friends over, and I thought I was 50, and I was not. So that was a very interesting birthday. In fact, I called my sister, and I was like, if you're 52 and you're 3 years older than me, did you find it odd that I was celebrating my 50th birthday? And she said, no, I did, but I thought that's your business. So that was the oddest birthday I think I've had.
Well, you have a birthday coming up this year, right?
Yeah, 2 months in August 17th.
What are the odds that me
But
and you...
actually, I think you could safely say that about most people. You have a birthday coming up this year, don't you?
Well, that's what I was going to ask. What are the odds of me and you having a birthday on the same year? About 100% or so, something like that?
That's right. That's funny. When is the actual day of your birthday?
It was June 9th.
Oh, okay. So this is a late birthday podcast.
It is a very late birthday podcast.
Well, but you got it done, so that's good. Maybe you should push this till next year.
I told all my listeners that I would have an episode out for my birthday. Things would be back on track, and it's 2 weeks, and this is the birthday episode. And if things are back on track, it's debatable, I suppose, but they will be very soon.
I know the astrology's been very strange, and I apologize that I'm outside. I don't know if you can hear the birds, but I'm on the 15th floor in my hotel. So I'm outside at a roundabout with a guy dragging a bunch of water and some birds, and it's a guitar convention, which means that if I had thought ahead, I would have opened a black T-shirt booth, because that's all that you see is black T-shirts and guitars, and they're playing them all over the hotel, which is very weird. They're just walking around and plugging them in and playing them everywhere. So it's kind of everything's a little odd. So your birthday being late is not the worst thing that I've seen today.
Have you made a video of that?
No, I have not yet. But okay. I'm actually getting ready this afternoon. My friend Eric is taking me out. We're going to some haunted locations to make some videos.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
I was going to ask you about your podcast, Paranormal Karen. I love that show. Everybody should check that out. How's that going?
Yeah, it's all good. Everything's going good with that. I got I think when this comes out, I got a good friend of mine came on. His name is Jeff Phil, and I always knew that he liked the paranormal. But, the UFO business got really made big when in the 80s they put out a video called Full Disclosure, or I think it was Disclosure, and it was really the interviews of all the guys in the Army and in the service, that all their evidence all came out at once. And I did not even know that my friend was the one that edited it. So I think that's next week's episode. So that's really interesting.
I seen a video. I don't think I've ever talked about this kind of stuff on the podcast before, but
you should.
A few years ago, I saw a video where somebody in Canada, I think it was on the floor of Parliament or something like that, was talking about UFOs. And I thought that was a very interesting place to have that conversation. I'll have to try to look that video up.
We are technically the only country that does not have a UFO attack plan. All the other countries have them, what to do in case of an alien attack. So but yesterday they talked about it. Trump talked about it somehow. Not exactly the president I want to be talking about it, but he thinks they're fans.
I was going to say, he might be the guy we need. He's the only guy who probably thinks about that a lot.
I know, yes. But anyway.
I don't know if Joe Biden's sitting around thinking about aliens, but I guarantee you Trump has.
Yes, and he thinks they like him. So,
well, let me
go ahead.
Do you have a personal alien attack plan? Because that's not something I really have thought of before.
Oh, well, I have alien DNA, so I figure my people are going to come pick me up.
There
beforehand.
You go.
Yeah. I apparently have alien DNA from Orion. I'm one of the Orions. So you should get a shirt that says Team Orion, and I'll point them out and have them come save you too.
So you're an Irish alien.
That's right. O' Ryan. Yeah.
Well, Karen, I appreciate you being on the show. Is there anything that you'd like to plug before you go?
No, just everybody listen to Paranormal Karen and continue listening to your show, and we'll be happy.
That sounds great to me. Once again, I want to thank you for being on. Everybody, make sure you check out her podcast. I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be back.
Want to contact the show? Send an email to jason@wedon'thavecookies.com or call 929-266-9342 and leave a voicemail.
Hey guys, it's Elena Davies from the Miscellaneous Podcast. If you are listening to We Don't Have Cookies.
When I started planning out my birthday episode, one of the first people I knew I wanted to have on the show was my next guest. I always have a good time when this man's on the show. It's the one and only John the Songman. How you doing?
Without a doubt, it's always a blast because it's always good to be back with Jason and doing great.
John, do you have a birthday song for me?
You bet your life. Always prepared, and what do you know? Here it is. Happy birthday. I can't believe what I was told. I just heard Jason just turned years old, and I know there's nothing more he wants to get from Chef Gold. because I know it's something that he'll just want to hold, and I know it's something that he'll never ever have sold. So let's give him a big cheer, because his birthday gets better every single year, and I know that's just what he loves to hear whenever he hears it from his ear. And maybe I'll just even mail him a nice wee beer.
John, if I'm not mistaken, you had a birthday earlier this year. Is that right?
It's not till October.
Oh, okay. I was about to say it would seem odd if we had a birthday on the same year. You know, what are the odds of that?
Oh, definitely. I guess we lost time because, like I keep saying, like it's just been a 17, 18, and 19 year going by so quick like a rocket. Just because when I felt like when you were saying, hey, it's a good idea if I bring you on as a guest, John, I thought you already said that in 17 or so because it was already passed by that quick.
Well, John has made some songs for some upcoming guests, so you'll be hearing more of him on the shows. Looking forward to playing those.
Oh, you bet your life. It's always an honor to do it, or just for Jason, because he's someone that we enjoy the most as a radio host.
Well, I want to thank you for being on the show today, Songman. Is there anything you'd like to say before you go?
Oh, no, it'd just be great as always, and hoping to make some guests soon. Like I know you said it in the past, but it's just been a blown up year and everything, being so busy and everything, trying to catch up with everyone. But hey, it's going to be good if whatever comes soon, towards the summer or close to the end of the year before 20 starts. So I'll be honored to do anything for guests, because I know for sure it'll be making Jason's show one of the best.
I really appreciate it. I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be back.
Okay.
When I was a kid, teachers were elderly, even though a few of them were only 23. But when I turned 23, I knew I was too young, 'cause old age had not begun until 31. Then I turned 31, and suddenly I knew you did not get old till around 42. Now I'm 45, but it doesn't bother me, 'cause you're not even middle-aged until you're 63. I don't want to get old, and I never will, 'cause each year that I age, older gets older still. Hope I die before I get old, yeah, I used to say. But I'm gonna live forever, old is getting older every day. But somehow the young seem to keep on getting younger. They all look the same, they've multiplied in numbers. I went to a hospital, to emergency. I'm pretty sure a 12-year-old girl treated me. But you know what, I don't need a doctor anyway. I'm gonna live forever, 'cause I found the way to the fountain of youth. The path could not be clearer, just lie to yourself and stay away from mirrors. I don't want to get old, and I never will, 'cause each year that I age, older gets older still. Hope I die before I get old, yeah, I used to say. But I'm gonna live forever, 'cause old is getting older every day. Yeah, I'm gonna live forever, old is getting older every day. Yeah, old is getting older every day.
I had a great birthday. I went out with my family and my mother-in-law the day before my birthday to go out to eat and do some shopping. The next day, my side of the family stopped over to have dinner and cake. I got some cool stuff for my birthday too. I got a really cool rock from my living room. I can't describe it, but I'll post pictures on Instagram. If you haven't already, follow We Don't Have Cookies there and you'll see it. It's cut in half and the top is glazed. It's really awesome. You just have to see it. I also have a sun catcher. It's the same concept as a dream catcher, but for the daytime. I got this at the same place that I got the rock I just told you about. Like I said, it's like a dream catcher, but the main part is a translucent rock. The tag says, "The Native Americans believe the good spirits are attracted to the beauty of the stone. Hang your sun catcher in a window or where you will see it. The sun spirit will be attracted to the stone and bring warmth and happiness to your home." God knows I need that. So I bought that, and it was made by a member of the Windwalker family who is part of the Cherokee Nation. Thought that was pretty cool. Before I talk about my next two gifts, I want to officially label what has been going on the past 2 months and what will happen for the next year or so, the treepocalypse. And I got a really cool bonsai tree for my living room to go with the money tree I recently bought. So now trees have invaded my house as well as the yard. And I got a tulip poplar tree to put in the backyard. It's going to be really great. They grow to 90 to 120 feet tall, get about 40 feet wide. So it's going to take up a lot of room. I'll make sure to have pics of all those things on Instagram this week now that I have more free time. And while we were shopping for my birthday, I always like to get stuff for my pets. I'm always looking for ways to make their lives a little bit happier. And that's when I realized how spoiled they are. My fish tanks are filled with live plants and things they can swim around. But the real spoiled pet is my cat. I went to the cat aisle and realized he has all the toys they had except for 2. So I bought him one of them and a brand new bed for him to sleep in downstairs because I already have one for him upstairs. And him being spoiled is probably only a surprise to me. I think most people realized how spoiled he was when I built him his own room under the stairs when I remodeled the house. I have said a few times on this episode that I will have more free time now. The reason for that is because I quit playing Yahtzee. I've played and talked about that game on the podcast since the show started, and the show's going to be going into its 5th year next month. There was just way too much drama, and I'm officially done. I'm going to miss it, but sometimes you have to know when to move on in life, and I'm going to be putting that time and energy into the show, and I've already come up with a great idea. Coming soon, maybe once a month or so, I'll be doing a segment called WDHC News, where I'll be calling places as a reporter to get to the bottom of things like, why does Hilton have to have so many different chains of hotels? What's going on with that school that has an office supply store in it? Stuff like that. Prank calls are always fun, and the show's initials sound like a news station, so that's what I'm going to I'm probably going to start doing that on the podcast anniversary episode. Like I said, that will be next month. And that brings us to this week's Strange Days. If you're listening to this on the day it comes out, Monday, June 24th, is Swim-A-Lap Day. I think you'd need a pretty big pool to pull that off. Swimming in the shape of somebody's lap seems hard to do. Tuesday is Please Take My Children to Work Day. That sounds almost impossible to pull off. So not only do you have to find a friend to watch your kids, but they also need to take them to their job while they do it. If that happens where you work Tuesday, send me an email and tell me all about it. Wednesday is Chocolate Pudding Day. That's my kind of holiday. Thursday is Helen Keller Day. They named it after her once she died. It's a shame she didn't live to see it. Saturday is Camera Day. What do you do on Camera Day? Just can't picture it. And Sunday is Meteor Watch Day. Speaking of watching things, this Wednesday will be the start of the next season of the CBS reality show Big Brother. I'm a huge fan. I will be watching that. You can guarantee it. If you watch it, send me an email to let me know what you think and who you'd like for me to get on the show once the season's over. Next week, I'll have guests from the past seasons of the show. I'll keep the Big Brother talk to a minimum, and I'll make sure we have some laughs. Frankie McDonald will also be returning next week, too. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'll talk to you then.
Thanks for listening. Tell your friends about the show and leave a review. See you next time.
Okay.